And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him, second guy finally did.
How about that play by the speed back? We hear about speed backs, and he's not the guy that runs in between the tackles. But let me tell you something. When you're trying to catch a guy like that and you're running full speed with everything you have, a lot of times you're just trying to get him to the ground, and you're not trying to put a good shot on him, and then all of a sudden they're breaking tackles. Great job by that young man.
And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They've been running it, but now the pass. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Terrapins! Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of a great field position.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. But see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or 2, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one...
Pulls it in on the left. Oh, look out. He's at the 10. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. On the move, it's Hemby. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking to throw, it's Edwards. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
All right, that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Leaves it with the running back. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period.
Minnesota 7.
The Terrapins will punt it away on 4th down. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. This is a real chance to sort of settle things down, maybe generate a little momentum if you can put together a touchdown drive here.
Oh, it'd be a great opportunity. A great opportunity to make a statement and get back in this thing. I mean, it hasn't gone your way early, but I feel like you're creating some momentum here. And a score, Jesse, a score makes this a fun ball game.
It would be huge, but it's on the offense. They have to look at each other right now in this huddle on the field and go, look, guys, it's on us to march this ball down the field, score some points, and bring some energy now to our sideline. All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
They'll go to the ground. Trucks through the defender. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
The Golden Gophers have this offense rolling. The give is to Taylor. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line.
Third down coming up.
Facing third and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. To the air, it's Brosmer. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's looking to throw. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And he's brought down, and his defense gets the ball back for its own.
How about that? I mean, they knew this defense was good defending the pass, but that had more to do with who's in the secondary, not necessarily who's up front. David, his best Pollock impersonation, picking that one off.
Yeah, baby, you don't get many opportunities to drop in coverage. You don't get many balls thrown your way, but when you do, you want to make sure you take advantage, showing off the athletic ability, showing the hands. The big defensive lineman comes up with the INT.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. Offense gets set for second down. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Low man wins, and he just smashed him. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
Now from their own 20-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. As the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Ran through the contact. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on first and second down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up third and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that second down by this defense.
They turn to the passing game on third and short. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Terrapins line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down.
Take over. First and 10.
The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse. Looking to take a shot. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Back to pass, it's Grosmer. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And those are tough passes. When you start throwing those balls towards the sidelines, it's a longer throw for the quarterback to make. And I think that's when you see the majority of the misses for guys, the majority of the overthrows and a little bit of inaccuracy start to show itself.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Going back to the well, another deep ball.
Man, this quarterback is living dangerously right now. Obviously, he threw a pick on the last drive. He's trying to complete that throw, but the defender gets a hand on it, tips it up in the air. That's oh-no. That is an oh-no situation. They're lucky that one hit the ground.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
And defensive backs, you think, don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah, I bet that does.
Finds the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to fire on second down. Makes a connection. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays.
Timeout, Maryland.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Dropping back, it's Edwards. Into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Well, that just shows you how much this quarterback trusts his baller wide receiver. He was double covered on that play, and still the QB tried to force it over to him.
And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. And that is no good. Missed the field goal, missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game, but still a 14-point lead, guys. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half as we head to the studio for halftime. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, and he was close to taking that one a long ways down at the 38. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive, just like they do at the start of the game. They've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a score.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
Taylor has it. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Here's the snap, looking to throw. They've got the screen set up. Turns it on in midfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. No matter how many times they tell you to look for it, it is tough to defend a perfectly executed screen.
Yeah, because I'm trying to go get the quarterback, and it looks everything.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
Middle linebackers, they're middle linebackers because they're right in the middle of the defense. You put guys that have a nose for the football because they literally line up over the football every single time. They play the run well, and look at this. How about this? Rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, getting the big sack.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, this defense has been lights out for the majority of this football game. They did give up a score to this guy, but they know who the big weapon is. They know where the quarterback is going to be looking. So here in the second half, they're going to have a plan for him, and they did on that last one.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. And the Golden Gophers will send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish strong.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down the end zone.
On the run, it's Hemby. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anymore.
Back to pass, it's Edwards. Getting some heat. And a sack all the way back at the 5.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the third quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
Really needed to get some distance on that punt from this spot on the field, and he did. He gets a block. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them to football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
They ran it on first down, now on second. From the gun, the ground game. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Third and short from the 49. Is this four-down territory? From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his target down the middle. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40. And on that third and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this third down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
Pulls it in. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. They'll leave it with him. Pulled down after a gain of 5. It's at the 9-yard line. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Scanning the field, it's Brosmer. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not a good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
They go to the ground. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. And a sack all the way back at the 5.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. The comeback on target. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
When you're running 4 verts like this, I look at the safeties. Like, where's the safety? Can I look him off a little bit and then find my matchup and zing the ball in there? Great job by the offense, spacing the field, running those verticals down the field.
And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Maryland 21, Minnesota 7.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Wide receiver shows motion. Looking for a man. It's Edwards. He looks that one in nicely. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Here's the handoff. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got a lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Looking to pass on second down. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. The Terrapins headed quickly to the line. On third down, he drops to throw. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. The defense was in the dime package. They didn't have to send an extra rusher. The big fellas up front took care of that.
And all dime means is I'm bringing an extra fast guy on the field and taking an extra fat guy off the field. But listen, the fat guys still get home. Isn't that beautiful? The big, athletic defensive line still does a great job getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
And the Terrapins will bring the punt team onto the field. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He'll call for the fair catch here. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. No better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just come out here, trust your reads, trust what your coaches have told you to do.
Trying to burn this defensive back. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third. Well, the defense didn't get caught napping there. In this situation, you know they have to stay alert for the deep ball.
Yeah, so what defense am I going to call? I'm going to keep some DBs back deep. I'm going to keep my safety a little bit deeper, understanding they're down. They're going to have to attack down the field. I'm going to stick to my passing sets, my nickels, my dimes.
Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You've got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. Touchdown, Maryland! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
And that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
And he makes the extra point. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. And he's going to try to return this one. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse. Going for the big play. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Wide open downfield. Oh, look out. There he goes. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after
unleashes one deep. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up.
He's going for it all. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Well, a lot of things haven't gone right for him. You saw an incompletion right there. It's been offense, it's been defense. They just haven't been able to click and get into a rhythm here. And now they're playing catch-up, and you know they're going to be throwing at each and every play here in the fourth quarter.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Golden Gophers want to pick up the tempo. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Got his man quickly. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Looking to throw, it's Brosmer. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Gophers!
And this quarterback really does a great job of seeing the defense, seeing what kind of coverage they're in. And I think when this offense goes empty and they spread the defense out, it just makes it so much more simple for the QB to see what the defense is doing pre-snap and then post-snap. You can tell he's playing in a great rhythm right now because he's seeing the field, and these empty sets are really helping him.
And these decisions to go for two, you see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points. And then in the end, you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Oh, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Smart move to keep it on the ground. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's third and short. Takes a handoff. It's Hemby. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. The Terrapins come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The give to the back. Just buried it. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
A lot of times it's hard to see those linebackers coming down late and blitzing through a gap. The offense did a really nice job getting a hat on a hat, blocking up front so the running back can get some positive yards.
Takes a hit as he fires. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield they couldn't hook up.
I love when defenses are smart enough to swat the ball down. Don't go for the pick, especially on 4th down. They knock it down. You get the ball anyways. Nice job by the defender.
Unloads to the wideout. And he got a hand in there. Knocks it away. Incomplete.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. Bringing it back. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
And here's the pick, and oh, did they need them right now. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And you know what? You kind of deserve that. Late in the game where you could run the clock out, still throwing the football all over the yard. Now this game, it's a long shot. Just gave him a little bit of hope.
They'll start this drive with a pass. He's taking a deep shot. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
To throw, it's Brosmer. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Makes the catch. It's Spencer. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Makes the catch. And he will score. Touchdown, Minnesota.
This is always an interesting spot for me now because you're going to have to go for 2 regardless. I don't know if it's now or if it's later when you score, but at some point you're going to have to pull the trigger. So that's a you decision, but nice job by this offense getting the touchdown now to give yourself that opportunity to have a choice.
He's looking to throw. Fires into traffic, picked off. He's at the 40, at the 20. He took that baby all the way to the house. A pick 2, as it were. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Time is against them, still down by 2 scores, but they'll line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9. And the Terrapins will hustle to the line. Dropping back, it's Edwards. Fires to the wideout. Finds space on the right. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. After this, it'll be a wrap. He's going to pass. He wants it all. Throw into the end zone. It's picked off. Got some room to run. And he's going to go down as time has run out. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job of this team being ready, getting the W.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Welcome, everybody, and we are fired up for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. A Big Ten showdown is coming. Conference implications aplenty that could resonate for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Maryland Terrapins taking on the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Golden Gophers will kick it away first. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Gonna run it. It's Hemby. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive, if he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
On 3rd and short, they'll give it to the tight end. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
So the last thing you want to do is start the game, first drive, go 3 and out. They won't do that here. They might go 4 and out, but they'll try to convert here. He's got him, and they convert. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. To the air, it's Edwards. Just a short pass to the tight end. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
I like this call in plus territory. The punt would have to be so precise, might as well leave the offense out there on 4th down. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
How about that call? You're right around midfield, 4th down on your opening drive, so you run the football and you put your trust and confidence in your offensive line up front to get it done and keep your offense on the field. That is impressive.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping. Put it out in front of me. I'm getting this first down.
You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job game tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Terrapins! What a quick start for this offense, putting up points on the first drive.
And that's got to feel good, Reese. You've been practicing all week. You've been practicing against the looks you were anticipating to see from this defense. You get those looks, you're able to come out, you run the ball, you throw the ball, and this offense right now is in a groove early.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down.
Golden Gophers will take over. 1st and 10.
On first down, here comes this offense. They'll run it from the gun. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Back to throw, it's Grosmer. Fires to the big fella. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Wide receiver coming across in motion. With jet sweep pass. Running with power. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside neighbor. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Feeling some heat. Got it set up on the outside. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front row to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. The Golden Gophers are moving quickly down the field. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of him.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling past and kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
And the Golden Gophers have it with a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Toss to the outside. Pushing ahead, a tough run. Picks up 4. It's down at the 15.
Yeah, and you see in the red zone, all the bodies start to come inside. And a lot of times you try to find a way to get to the perimeter. This offense does a good job. They toss the football. Nice job by the defense. Now forcing a 3rd down.
The give is to Taylor. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Golden Gophers!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Lining up for the PAT. Splits the uprights. They put together a 65-yard drive for the score. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. Fair catch called for and made. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Gets it out fast. At the 40, there he goes. Open runway ahead. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
They had hoped to come up with explosive plays, and they used one there to set him up inside the 30, 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Looking downfield, it's Edwards. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Couldn't pick it up on 2nd down. Now they need a couple on 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
It's 4th down now, and this likely the final snap before the 2-minute warning. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. This offense has been money on 4th down here in the first half. They'll try to make it 3 for 3. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. On the run, still looking. Got enough space, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Maryland!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution of the drive by that offense.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. And it's caught from inside the 20, and here he comes. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they'd let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Still on his feet at the 45. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. The Golden Gophers will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Brosmer. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And he reels it in at the 15-yard line. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. Looking to go up top on 1st down. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. He might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
On second down, wants to throw. He finds his man. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota!
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm, but this passing game can continue to heat up. Look out in the second half.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, second down coming. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Looking to throw for it. And that third down pass left him.
Entering accessibility screen. Menu narration option is set to off. Entering accessibility screen. You have 20 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
And it's incomplete.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The Terrapins will punt this one away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll call for the fair catch here. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll throw it on first down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Makes the catch down the right side. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Looking downfield, it's Brosmer. He's not afraid to go deep. And he'll make the catch at the 15. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. So the first half has come to a close. We'll take a break and head over to the halftime show. And the Terrapins will kick it off to start the second half. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Paul? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
From the gun, give on the inside. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it. On fourth down, looking for the completion. Makes the catch past the sticks. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing, an easy conversion for this offense. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. He needed to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. To the air, it's Brosmer. Throws to the wideout. It's complete. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. And the Golden Gophers will snap it on 1st and 10. Quick handoff. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pass.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Trying to impose their will with the run. Knocked down after a gain of 1. They'll mark it at the 6.
Man, that D tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. He caught it. Touchdown, Golden Gophers! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
It took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Trying to make magic with his feet. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. Really nice job there to pick up the 1st down and get it to their own 41. The Terrapins racing to the line in the hurry-up. Handoff from the shotgun. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Clock winds inside, a minute to play here in the 3rd. Back to throw, it's Edwards. Got his man down the middle. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. And the Terrapins are flying down the field. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Got 6 on 1st down, now a lot of options on 2nd and 4.